they're longtime antagonists, and they're really not interested in manufacturing at all. And that's very deeply rooted here, and it's very deeply a class issue, because Pittsburgh once had a huge middle class, industrial, unionized, with benefits, family wages, middle class. That has been dispersed, and what we have now is a growing two-class system. Very wealthy, those who benefit from the new healthcare economy, global economy, and then people who are in the service sector who make qualitatively different wages.
And you mentioned a history of the union movement there in Pittsburgh and Western Pennsylvania. The AFL-CIO recently had its national convention and elected Richard Trumka, someone well known to you and folks out in Western Pennsylvania. Do you see any hope in any changes in the American labor movement that may facilitate or make it possible for a resurgence of that working middle class?
Well, yeah, I think Richard Trumka is a very intelligent guy. He's a militant guy, and I think Leo Gerard here with the steelworkers is one of the most sophisticated and labor leaders in the country. And I think the reason why the difference between here and Seattle is that the labor movement basically stood back here. I think out of respect for President Obama. He came to the AFL-CIO convention last week, promised a health care reform which would have a public option. He promised employee free choice. And also he took direct action in terms of the dumping of tires by China onto the American market. And I think those things were very much appreciated here. They're certainly going to try to hold the Obama administration to its promises. But I think, you know, at this point, they're relatively optimistic. We definitely need employee free choice. I mean, the issue back in 1877, right near where we were standing yesterday, was wealth versus commonwealth. And the commonwealth is suffering, and great wealth has been thriving. And there has to be a way to extend regulation, universal global standards of labor, of human rights and environmental rights. Those are the three key things, I think, globally, and I think Leo Gerard in particular, the steelworkers understand this very well. They've reached out to unions all over the world. They've been very involved with the Sierra Club and the environmental movement. They understand this need to have environmental rights along with labor rights, and I think that's the way forward. And hopefully we can get somewhere with getting the workers' right to have a voice on the job and expand the power of the labor movement and begin to both regulate the finances, which is what this is ostensibly about, this meeting in Pittsburgh, but also to create global standards of labor rights, human rights, and environmental rights.
Well, Charles McCollester, a retired professor of industrial and labor relations at the Indiana University of Pennsylvania, I want to thank you for being with us. He's also the author of The Point of Pittsburgh, Production and Struggle at the Forks of Ohio.